Hello, this is Ronald Bourgeois, and you're watching SkilletSkills.com. Okay, so let's move on to the things you need in your foundation that actually make you able to do this very quickly and have a sweeping understanding of it without constantly having to refer to measurements and recipes. And understand this, and you will understand a whole lot more about cooking, and something you can take with you your entire life when you gain new experience. This is a great foundation to use. First of all, a lot of ingredients in a recipe is usually overrated. They usually smother each other out. You can cook most dishes with 5 or 6 dry ingredients and using maybe about the same amount, 6 or 7 maybe, wet ingredients. And that's only for the ones that are sophisticated and pretty complicated. The rest of them you can do with a lot less. So if you start limiting, what actually has to go in the dish to begin with, you don't have to buy as much, you don't have to remember as much, and prep as much. And then as far as the actual measurements go, if you look at the way some recipes are geared out, you almost have to be a scientist in a lab to start assembling the dish. And it's because of what people think the role measurements play in the actual preparation and the way the dish comes out tasting. Measurements can be standardized. I use, and I've always used, a pinch system. I am not a cook that is glued to measurements. In fact, I can make all my recipes because I know what amounts of ingredients I'm going to be putting in the first place, and I know that I don't have to concern myself with how they're measured out. I adjust seasonings for taste, and I start off with a small enough amount to where the adjustments can be made. But when you use a pinch system, it's simply this. Here's a pinch. You take whatever you could hold in your thumb and your finger. Your forefinger. That's a pinch. I'm sorry, that was a light pinch. It's a light pinch. Thumb, forefinger. Okay, somebody says you want a light pinch, that's it. Okay. Now this is a pinch, which you can hold in your thumb and 2 fingers. It's a typical pinch of ingredients, just like that. This crushed red pepper, you want to kind of be careful with that, so there you go. Then this is a generous pinch, is what you can hold in your thumb and nearly all your fingers, thumb and 3 fingers. I don't have any that go with this last finger because not a lot of people can do that anyway. But that's a generous pinch, and some of it on the floor there. Thumb and 3 fingers. Okay, so now, just knowing that, this is how you're going to be able to dispense with all measurements in the food that you cook from now on. So if you haven't cooked before, and this is what these videos are geared to, those of you that have never done this before, maybe you've gotten all your meals from your school cafeteria, or your mom or dad has made them for you all your life, or your girlfriend or your wife, or you're recently divorced, or whatever the situation is that puts you in a situation now where you have to make the food yourself. Knowing these type of things in your foundation is going to make it a lot easier for you to get up to speed real quickly. We will show you how not only to be a cook that doesn't get chained down by measurements and recipes, and can therefore make just about anything, and be very adaptable, very able to improvise. This way, if you're out of ingredients, you can still cook the dish. Okay, so there's that with the pinch system, and I'll be using it and referring to it a lot in everything that I put out on this channel, so get used to it, and you'll like it. You won't have to remember as much, and you'll be set up better. All right, and the next thing is going to be how we always get started. We always get started, one, by laying the ingredients out front so that we don't have any surprises. We're not having to do things that are time consuming and complicated while the dish is cooking and burning. So we have that set up, and that's part of our process. Everything is chopped, prepped. If I had garlic in this recipe, and it's not a recipe right now, we're just showing how to flip eggs, but if I had garlic in here, that would be all chopped up. If I had parsley, it'd be chopped up. The oregano would be in bunches, and that would be, whatever we would be using would be out there in front of me, ready to go. In the step that it goes in the dish. So it kind of jogs your memory that way.